Alright, this is just gonna be a video for the terminally online. This is a video nerd to nerd. If you're not about that life, this is about to become incomprehensible to you. There's nothing I can do about it to further explain this. I'm not doing a deep dive. This is me yapping. I don't care. So, if you're not a terminally online media nerd, you're gonna be out of the loop. Alright, so I guess more recently, I'm not exactly sure when, but I found out about this situation like last night, cause you the popular YouTuber, Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, whatever commentary YouTuber made a video about this situation where one of the voice actresses for, I guess they made a Fairly Odd Parents movie or something like that. I had no idea it was still really going completely. I was vaguely aware of it. I didn't know how like in tapped it was. I didn't know it was getting a movie. But apparently, one of those voice actresses from the movie, from this new character and whatnot, and it's been out for a while enough for people to like also still have a fandom around it. And basically, the general situation is she's gotten an email from a fan that's saying the most off the wall, brain rot, stalker, terminally online fandom garbage. Like, it's a huge email. It's multiple paragraphs. That sounds like that. Actually, that's not a good way to put it. That doesn't make it sound long at all. It's a tall email. It's like if you printed it out on a page, it would cover up the whole page in regular small font. It's a lot when you actually sit there and you look at it. And she took a screenshot of this message. I think she posted it to her Instagram. She's like, haha, yeah, guess I'm gonna have to change my email. She's trying to be jovial about it. But, like, honestly, it's like the contents of the email were genuinely so strange. I don't even know if I'd be jovial about it or if I'd even have the ability to, like, I don't think I'd want to post this because I don't want to feel like they might see it. The person who sent this to me genuinely might see my Instagram and then get mad because in the email it meant they make direct mentions of DMing her. So basically, I'm gonna go off the top of my head because I just rewatched the video. Well, I just watched it in full. I previewed a little bit last night, but I didn't. I was just like, I don't have the brain space to look at this right now. So I didn't until like literally just before I saw this. But the email was pretty much like, oh, Miss So and so, I forgot her name, sorry. But it's like, Miss So and so, I don't know if you've gotten my DMs regarding this character. And might I say, before I like go into this, the character in the new character girl in the movie is black, and so is the voice actress. And it's like, if you read, I don't think you've read my DMs, but and it's in parentheses. But if you did, I apologize for the racial slurs. Crazy start. And it's like, I don't, it's like basically going into it's just like, well, you're not reading my messages, and if you are, you're not taking them seriously, because if you did, you'd understand how serious I am about this character regarding ships of this, like, relationships regarding this character seriously. And I guess it's like, I don't know, it's like that girl in the movie. I haven't seen the movie. I don't watch these sort of things, but the girl in the character in the movie, and I guess some other character. I don't know. People like shipping them, even though like I guess they're both kids or whatever. But I don't like when people be shipping little kid characters. It's just like you're too invested. But that's not the point. People, I guess it's probably also movie hype, and that's why the voice actress was even invested in the first place. But it's like, shipping the characters like hee hee, oh my god, something moments. and whatever the ship name is. And I doubt that the voice actress is particularly like super invested the same way like a fan would be, especially not the way this fan is, because they're like, stop shipping this character. This character, she is mine. Like, they have a crush on this fictional child, and they're like, she's mine. This is posting this and insinuating that this relationship is going on is hurtful to me. And if you continue this behavior, you cannot continue to live a peaceful life. That's literally what bro said at the end. I'm skipping through a lot of it because it was a full page document of an email, but it's this grown man, this grown adult man is literally telling this woman, if you continue to post shipping moments of this fictional child whom I have a personal crush, I view myself as having a relationship with, I will continue to harass you. Literally saying, you will not continue to live a peaceful life. What does that sound like other than I will continue to stalk and harass you if you do not comply with my delusional wishes? And there's obviously so much blatantly incorrect with the entire statement. One is like the stalking, but when I'm yelling in the house for no reason. I'm alone in the house. I guess I could yell all I want, but no, I don't need to yell. I'm getting out of breath. But when Charlie Moist Critical was making his video and he was talking about it, he was like he brought up like other like cartoon character, but directly killers. There was this guy who killed his family, like whole family, mom. I think it was like probably his father or brother, someone male, and his little sister. Killed them over his obsession with the fictional video game child Clementine from The Walking Dead. Because he had an insane people. I don't know if you say, for in his particular case, call it a crush in the romantic sense, or so much as like just a general obsession, or like a delusional familial obsession. When it comes to internet pedophiles, these things tend to blur for some reason so much. But it was that guy. And then there was also the dude who was obsessed with the ghost girl side character from Danny Phantom, Randy Stair. I don't remember what the character's name was. She's like a spooky ghost goth girl. I think she plays a guitar or something. And he shot up a grocery store that he worked at. I don't know his exact motivations. He had like a long list of like manifesto almost videos in him being obsessed with Ember, I think that's the character's name, with this ghost goth girl from Danny Phantom. And those are the examples that he brought up, which, you know, obviously is pretty clear. Like, yeah, these are the sort of things that, like, if it keeps going, like, very much could happen. But then he also brings up the general, like, celebrity stalking cases. He brings up the Barrack Stalker, which is, you know, a pretty notable case when it comes to celebrity stalking. But the thing I feel like I disagree with is it's not so much as him having a particular like fixation with the voice actress. She's collateral in this affair. As in, it's not the same as like Christina Grimmie, where she had like literally a crazy person coming for her because they were obsessed with her and then shot her. Or like any other case like that, where a celebrity, especially voice actresses, tend to, you don't hear so much about like voice talent because they're like behind the screen, but they really do wind up facing a greater deal of strife than you would even like think that people could really get into, or at least like you'd have firstly assumed, like compared to like television actresses, movie actresses. And but it's not the sort of thing where it's like, oh, he's specifically stalking the voice actress because he's obsessed with the voice actress. He found her email, probably a work email, through probably, I wouldn't be surprised if she's just on Instagram and she has like DM for work, DM for this. People advertise on social medias nowadays. She just had her work email set up somewhere and he just emailed her through that. I don't think she posted specifically like what email address he messaged her through. And apparently he was there. He didn't like. She didn't specify what email he messaged her through, but he was DMing her through Instagram about posts made on Instagram about this child cartoon character. And that's where the root of the obsession lies, not with the voice actress, because if anything, he doesn't like her because she's pissing off. He's obsessed with the cartoon child because, you know, I guess I think it's just a pedophile, generally. But when it comes to like fandoms and media and whatnot, when it comes to people doing like crazy people stuff, number one, everybody immediately starts thinking of furries. And that's a whole crazy can of worms. Like, there's a lot of instances where like, yeah, they totally did it, but there's also a lot of instances on the internet where it's just like they had nothing to do with it, and it's just like assumed stereotypes and hatred that are just levied against you because you have a cartoon profile picture or an animal cartoon profile picture with like nothing sexual attached to it. They get a lot of like just blame and flack for general crazy people internet perversions. But there's also like, you know, and then there's also anime, which again, as an anime person, I gotta admit, they be doing it. They really be doing that, and they get blamed less for being out because less for random things on the internet, but they're still openly known and outwardly weird, and they're very, very visible because, especially post-pandemic, anime is everywhere, and anime people are more and more prevalent now than probably ever before, or at least like since the 2000s with like the weeb and the anime convention boom. But that's another like, of if you're gonna make a triangle, a trifecta of like crazy animated medium fandoms, it is like, who's the third pillar? Actually, everybody's like anime furries, anime furries. It's the cartoon people. Everybody forgets about the cartoon people. And if you're, because I don't know, they're kind of niche for some reason, even though these fandoms are huge, but they're not visible. I guess in America, it's just like you don't want to be like, you, unless there's like nostalgia line of reasoning to it, you don't want to be assumed to be watching cartoons because people are thinking you're like childish or whatever. But so they tend to float underground, and nobody ever notices when the cartoon people start doing crazy people mess like this. And it happens so often, but the general populace doesn't see or hear about it. Like when it's like somebody's like, oh yeah, this dude is like obsessed with this anime girl, haha, he's such a weeb, and you know, it becomes a meme on Twitter. But when it's like some dude off DeviantArt.com who's obsessed with like Gadget from the Rescue, is that even her name? The girl from the Rescue Rangers, the mouse. And it's like, it's always like niche elite ball knowledge that you have to be like a 10-year DeviantArt veteran to know that guy. Or like you're like insanely cued in on like the depths of Kiwi farms to know that this person exists and like is a weirdo in these spaces. And this was the kind of amazing thing. It was like cartoon media people fly under the radar, and only the general fandom atrocities that cartoon people do, and I'm talking about like, you kind of can't talk about cartoon people without mentioning furries, because like American cartoons always have animals in them, or like not always, but a lot of times have animals in them, with different from like anime. But I'm talking like furries are into cartoon animals, whether it's like a childish cartoon media or if it's like grown like gritty detective comic graphic novel. They're gonna like the animals no matter what. But I'm talking about people that are into cartoons for children on purpose. Not even like, oh, they're in like Family Guy. No, I'm talking about Nickelodeon. I'm talking about the Loud House fandom. Those people are crazy. I've been on DeviantArt all my life, technically, because I've been doing art all my life. And so but like, the accounts I work on now, it's only so old, it's probably like 5 years old, but I've been on DeviantArt for a long time. And there's a sort of elite ball knowledge that every DeviantArt artist user knows, is that people on DeviantArt have the most bizarre fixations. If not just blatantly outright fetishes, and it's like, I don't mean like, that's weird. I mean just esoteric. Every DeviantArt user knows about the Wonder Bread guy. Every DeviantArt user knows about the Sally Acorn skeleton doll. Every DeviantArt user knows about the guy who draws like big titty airplane women. This is like, who's thinking of these things? But that's like, those are like the joke people, he says like, that's technically, actually the Wonder Bread guy was kind of off his rocker, but the Sally Acorn guy, it wasn't even sex related. Actually, he was like just on his grind set. You're allowed to do whatever. It's like, quirky people make the world go round most of the time, but when it gets to like the wider subsets of people who are just like very specifically into like Caillou grounded videos, and it's like, okay, whatever, they're funny. Some of y'all are too into it. It's like borderline fetishistic. Why? How did you get into that? Loud House fandom. I swear to God, there's no normal people who watch the Loud House. Even the person who made the Loud House wound up being a pedophile. The longest piece of fan literature ever is erotic Loud House fan fiction. I think there are older characters because there's like a wide range. But most of the Loud House characters are the siblings who range from like baby to 18. You're barely scraping legal adulthood for some of the characters. And those aren't even the popular ones. They're like the goth girl and the weird pageant girl. What is wrong with you people? Anyway, or like, it's just like stuff like that. Where it's like, when it comes to like, oh, insert fandom, they're freaky, they're weird, haha, hee hee. You get people who make fun of like furries who are into like adult women, because they're like cartoon animal women, and like anime characters. And sometimes it gets kind of shisty with the anime people too. But like, it's like a big titty like sorceress. Like, let's be for real, she's not 12. It's like, it's, you don't have to like, sometimes people be making too many jokes about anime when it's like at this point you're bullying somebody who's into adult women. You gotta reel back and let people do some things. But when it comes to like cartoon people, like other than like the couples like he remember Dexter's thick mom, it's almost always children. Always. And it's crazy how if you're not one of like the ball knowers who's in the depths of Wikia and Media Wiki Mirahis to know about cartoons and to know about the fandoms of people who linger in the talk pages, you don't even know how many people are out here writing Caillou incest fanfiction. You're out here like making Flat Stanley Flat Stanley X-Reader fan fiction. Why? Who the hell remembers Flat Stanley? What are you doing? And it's so crazy. Like, you can imagine the most niche cartoon, and there will be like hordes of literal, like straight up, like actual pedophiles who are like obsessed with the character. It's not even like a normal, like, oh, insert character. She kind of bad though. She kind of, oh, hear me out. She kind of, it's just like, no, you'll go on DeviantArt.com and you'll find like, oh, this dude's kind of strange. He's got like every single picture is like an MS Paint meme of Mac from Foster's Home, or like the boy from Chalk Zone. What's up with that? And then you find his other social media because he uses the same username everywhere. And he's in a Wikia page. He's still using Wikia when it's called Fandom and it's got ads everywhere. He's in the depths of a talk page writing erotic Flat Stanley X Matt Foster's Home from imaginary friends age gap fan fiction. I don't know which one is going to be aged up. One of them is always. And it's like, first of all, it's already weird enough that they're both kids and you're doing this. But then you made one of them older on purpose so it would be extra pedophile. You doubled down on the pedophilia. Why would you do? It's because they're pedophiles. You don't need to ask why. It's obvious. But it's like, spiritually, you just want to ask why. You just want to ask why. Like, why are you doing this? Stop. Or it's like, you can't control what's in people's heads. You really can't control what's in people's head, but why are you posting it? And then they get mad when it's like, they want to vague post in their DeviantArt statuses about like people bullying and harassing them. And it's like, nigga, you've been writing erotic fan fiction of the girl from Fairly Odd Parents. Of course people don't like you. What did you think was gonna happen? You like kids. Oh my god. It's crazy. Like, this is like an off the wall. I think this is like an off the wall rant, but it's something that's just like, I wouldn't say needs to get off my chest. It's not like I'll be sitting here stewing about it. But like, who else do you get to talk about this to? I just got all this random chronically online knowledge about like the depravity of cartoon watchers. And you don't get to say that to anybody. Anybody at all. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick and I'm tired of this. Like, you would think not liking kids is easy, but it seems like everybody, not everybody, but so many people that not just watch cartoons, but, you know, want to talk about cartoons. They only ever want to talk about the random child character they low-key want to have sex with, but also imagine is their daughter. Why can't any of you just be normal? Nobody wants to talk about the plot line. Nobody wants to talk about the plot line. You just think this random child character is sexy. What's wrong? Why are we doing this? Shut up. Why do they never have the forethought to understand that nobody wants to hear this and they need to shut up? And then they get mad when people tell them to shut up. But then they want to send crazy people emails talking about, she's mine. She's mine. Don't touch her. She's mine. Shut the fuck up. Why would you sit here writing out this email? It's like 1,000+ words. You had to sit here, you stewed upon this. You proofread it. You proofread this email. And you hit send. You sent that to a human being. Why did you do that? Where's your mom? What's wrong with people? It's just, I can't do this. And you've got the three corners, the three corners of media of animated media, all being on that dastardly bullshit. And they always want to talk crazy about people who watch anime. And it's like, there's a lot of different types of anime. There's crime anime. There's sci-fi planets and stuff anime. There's supernatural ghosts and like spirituality anime. It's not my fault that you only watch the pedophile anime and then you get shook that there's pedophile anime. You went on twitter.com and it was like, give me recommendations, I'm getting into anime. And you decided to watch something called Kiss Sis. What did you think was gonna happen? But no, it's all the rest of the anime watchers' fault. Meanwhile, you got people who are watching Fairly Odd Parents, the movie, and sending the voice actors veiled threats over their crush on a fictional child. I don't think even furries were doing stuff like this. Usually furries are crazy to each other because they're like a very contained, self-sustained fandom. They don't even talk about regular cartoons no more. They make their own cartoons. And yet, we always catching strays, and these people are out here drawing Caillou dick. What's wrong with you people? This video is getting shadow banned. I'm gonna have to post this to a different website. Speaking of, I'm posting to a different website also. I made an account on this thing, Spectre video. So this is probably gonna be there. I'm gonna get my other stuff on there. I'm gonna link it in the description. So I'm gonna have like a mirror so I don't have to watch what I'm saying so much. Yeah. But it's like, and it's like, I was thinking, you know, when you think to yourself, you think of so many more things, but once you start speaking, it's hard to explain. Like, there's so many instances of like random, like niche fan events, fan incidents, where generally it hinges on a grown ass man being bizarrely and insanely and delusionally enamored with like a fictional child, which is just like, we're doing too much. You know, women too. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You're not free from sin. Women like to do crazy people stuff on the internet too. Plenty. They usually show their face less, but they absolutely do it too. Also, it's not even like oh well, men do it more. Who even knows who these people are behind the screen? Honestly, I'm assuming that a lot of these people are men. But there's this crazy person who's into like Smurf fan fiction, and they were writing violent Smurf fan fiction. Why are you doing this? Like weird baby Smurf fan fiction that's like very bizarrely detailed. You would think he actually kills and eats Smurfs in real life, like Gargamel. But you have stuff like that just like floats around the internet, la-di-da, and if you're not like a stage 10 DeviantArt user, you're not gonna know about any of this, and it never breaches containment. I'm sick of it not breaching containment. I'm sick of you get clowned on for everything else, but the cartoon watching pedophiles that go crazy over Tiny Toons, they're out here drawing Tiny Toons feet, get away with it because they're all the way in the depths of borderline shadow ban DeviantArt in forums. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the inequality. I need it gone. I need the inequality gone. I need these people to suffer the way I do. I need them gone. Severely. Indubitably. Need them gone. That's the end of the video. I don't even. Maybe I'll make a follow up if the noggin starts jogging. But I'm sick. I'm sick and tired, and my throat hurts. I need a water.